I missed you guys. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday, so it's Meatless Mondays. I want to try something new. I want to be practical. I don't eat tacos every Tuesday, but I do Meatless Monday, literally, religiously. And because I'm a diabetic and a chef, I had to think of fun, creative ways to actually make this happen. So I'm like, why not share with you all? That's what the whole point of this channel is, right? So welcome back. I'm Chef Sarah, and today we're going to do Meatless Mondays. One of my favorite things to have on a Meatless Monday is a breakfast quiche. Yeah, a breakfast quiche. So you could do this one or two ways. You could load it up with veggies. You could load it up with meat. But either way it goes, it's filling, it's easy. You can prep this ahead of time, and on your way out the door or before you leave, pop it in the microwave or put it in a container, heat it up where you're going. It is just absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you all on the counter. We're gonna do all of the counter activities, and then we're gonna head to the stove. So close your eyes. If you're one of those sensitive to movement people. Gosh, I don't know why this does this all the time on me. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so as I get better at this, the only way to get better at this is to do it. So here we are. So first things first, we're gonna prep our actual filling. So I'm gonna do a spinach artichoke. I would prefer to not have the can, but we're gonna use what we got. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna prep this, and then we're gonna mix in egg. We're gonna do some peppers and onions, and then we have our puff pastry roll. I love puff pastry. It's still a little froze. I forgot to take it out, but I'm sure we can manage it frozen. So now let's get over to our stove, and we're gonna start by heating up our skillet. Gonna add to this a little olive oil. And to warm up our dough, we're just gonna place this on the back heat. The oven is on, it's getting warm. And this is some fresh spinach that I literally washed and threw in a freezer bag and popped it in the freezer so that it would not go to waste. And while that heats up, we're gonna also add in at the same time And while that is warming up, you're just gonna go ahead and pop a lid on there so it can go ahead and defrost. And remember to turn over your pastry so it can warm up evenly. While that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and drain off my artichokes and rinse them. So while that's heating up, I'm at the sink and I'm literally draining my artichokes. And they're marinated. They used to have like plain artichokes. I like to keep the jars. I'm gonna just rinse it out. And anything that's in a can, I like to rinse it. Just getting some of that brine off of it. And I'm gonna go ahead with my chef knife and I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up. So slide you all back. And although I do have a gimbal, the problem with the gimbal is I'm not stationary. So I'm doing a lot of movement. And I guess that's kind of like a little bit of my apprehension. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give these a quick chop so that you can, you don't get super big chunks of artichoke in your little quiches. So the artichoke is going to provide a lot of protein. It's going to provide you with the fulfillment and the feeling of having meat. It's going to provide that meat texture. This is a excellent option if you get vegan pastry dough, and instead of adding, you know, regular eggs, you could do an alternative with what's those eggs, like the, oh god, the egg, Foyo egg. I forgot what the name of it is. I can't think of it. It's like in a black, it has black writing on it, if that makes any sense. So just get that goodness. Now you're gonna move this off to the side. You want to leave this on here because when your spinach is done cooking, what you're gonna do is you also are gonna have to drain it. So when the peppers and the spinach are done defrosting and you've seasoned them to your liking and done all the things, you're gonna bring it and you're gonna put it in this strainer and you're gonna strain it off. You wanna keep as much liquid and moisture out of the quiche. It will help it last longer. It's gonna make it and allow it to taste so much better. And you don't want the quiche to be watery. You want it to be as flaky and puffy as possible. If you do it from the very beginning as dry as possible, it's gonna last so much better for you in the freezer. So we're just gonna put our eggs in our muffin tin off to the side because you won't need that just yet. So now that we have these all chopped up, let's take a look at our spinach. And it's defrosted. Let's get back over to the stove. So now I'm gonna take a spoon, a fork, some spoons, whatever you prefer, to act as your utensil. There's no right or wrong here. I actually have some mushrooms too. That would be really good in here if you're a mushroom lover, but I really don't like mushrooms too much. So look, that has defrosted down nicely. Oh yeah, that's gonna be real good. And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna strain it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. I'm gonna show you all what I'm talking about here. So you want to go ahead and you want to, I gotta think about it, I could actually put the liquid back in the pot. It's not super hot. And then you're just gonna take your liquid and you're gonna press. So you want to get out as much moisture as you can, because again, you don't want a wet quiche. You don't want a runny quiche at all. So, it's still kind of too hot. Let me get our spoon. A spatula will actually work even better. Hold on. So let's pour this out. And just gonna keep pressing because I guarantee you there's some more liquid in there. Now, granted, it probably wouldn't be as much liquid if we didn't use frozen. So there's that option. You don't always have to use frozen. You can use fresh. Fresh is best. The next best is, of course, frozen. And then lastly is, of course, the canned stuff. Not saying you can't eat canned food, but for all intensive purposes, you want to kind of limit yourself on eating that. So I think we have gotten most of it out. You want to at least get as much as you can. If it wasn't so hot, I would use my hand. Okay. So if you're joining me, we are making some vegetable quiches for our Meatless Monday meal option. You can make them in a small batch and freeze them. If this is not something you plan on eating every day, but I'm a Meatless Monday eater. I'm also a diabetic, and so I like to have different options. So, but yep. So now we're gonna go back to our counter, and we are going to add in our artichoke. You're gonna season it to your liking. So of course I want a little garlic powder and a little onion powder. Not much though, because we are eating eggs. Crushed red pepper. I like a little spice in my life. You like a little spice? And then we're gonna add some salt. And this is regular table salt. And some pepper. Like so. Then you are going to get your eggs. It's hit or miss sometimes with the amount of eggs, which is something that I'm okay with. So what I like to do is I like to start off with 3 eggs. Because if I need more, you can always add more. If you don't need that many eggs, it's hard to take away. And eggs are very expensive. So less is best. I'm gonna go ahead. Get you some eggs in there. Just gonna give it a good mix. Now, the best part is you need to add a splash of milk. You kind of have to, almost. And when I say a splash, I literally mean a splash. 2 splashes if you want to be technical. And of course, last but not least, your cheese. So you could always do, you know, a little even though it's on no sound. You can always do vegan cheese, of course, vegan puff pastry, vegan, hold on one second. Excuse me. Vegan puff pastry, vegan cheese, you know, the vegan eggs. If you're vegan, this is a great vegan option. Add you in some mushrooms, whatever veggies you really, really like. You could do kale instead of spinach for more protein. You can do kale and spinach. The possibilities are endless. So this is your filling. So you want to put this to the side. And now you want to focus on this muffin pan. So we're going to take our puff pastry. We're going to open it up. And I really like this as cold as possible. I know some people would prefer to let it completely thaw, but I just feel like it's so much easier to work with when it's not completely like not cold. So, because puff pastry can get sticky. And I'll say that as it starts cracking. It's okay, we're at the end. You're gonna take your pan and you just want to like kind of sort of eyeball, okay? Now you can do this one or two ways. You could flip it over like this and allow your puff pastry to go in and then cut it, or I like to do to have more control, especially if you're a person that is not dealing with this while it is cool, is kind of eyeball it, press it down into the dough so you can see where the shapes are. Oh, it didn't do it. Okay, well, still cool. It's okay. You want to kind of slither it on the sides. Kind of eyeball it where you need to cut it. So I'm just gonna follow those lines. And the more dough, the better. Because you want to kind of create a top, right? You want to just go like this and like this. So now you have 6 nice little squares. Gonna take your pan and your dough, and this is a non-stick pan, so it should not give me any problems. And you just want to position your dough down, not too far at the bottom, but just enough so that as it grows and starts to form and bake, it will create the shell itself, and just leave it out at the top. Remember, this is puff pastry though, so it's not pie crust. It's not going to behave the same. It's going to flake up. It's going to give you those layers, that nice puffiness that you like, and you're just going to keep going all the way around. And this is why I say I like to still have it a little cool, so that way it's not so sticky, it doesn't tear, but it's still pliable, so it gives you a little, room to bend it. You can make mini apple pies out of this. So if you're a person who likes sweets in the morning, that's another meatless option. You could do, possibilities are endless. You could do strawberry and cheesecake. I know the holidays are coming up, so you can use this puff pastry dough for a multitude of things. Now that you've done that, oh, that's good to know. You can use this wax paper. I didn't know that. Reading is really good. So now I'm just gonna take my filling, and I'm gonna use a measuring cup. So this is 1/4 of a cup. You may have a lot. Hi Lisa. You may have a lot more filling left. If you do, go ahead and scramble that up. We waste not. This is not the season of wasting. I'm just gonna, oh my God, it smells good. Already I can smell the garlic in there. Oh, look at that. A really good amount. I might take some. And remember, the eggs do grow. So as it cooks, if you're a person that you just love eggs, you can go back and break you an egg real quick in the bowl, scramble it up, add a little bit more to the top, which I may do. But remember, this does grow. So you want to allow yourself some room for growth. Because it's gonna puff up. So you got the pastry, and we still haven't added our cheese. So if you're an egg lover, I would say less filling, more egg. If you're not an egg lover like me, but you're replacing you know, the meat for the day with the egg. Then go ahead and load up on the veggies. You could do this with sausage and bacon if you're not a meatless person. Like I said, possibilities are endless. So now you're gonna go in with your sliced cheese. I'm a Gouda lover of any brand. I used to just be a Sargento person, but I found that they all pretty much actually taste the same. And I'm just gonna use half a slice inside of each, and I'm gonna tuck it in and press it down, and tuck it in and press it down. And I know that we all know what restaurant used to make these, and they were so good, and I was so disappointed. And then I realized, why am I disappointed? I can make these myself. Yeah, so you're just gonna go ahead and press it down. And I do see that you need to add some egg to make an egg wash so that it browns up. Uh-oh, that one's a little warm. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold these over and kind of keep the tips out so that they brown. I'm gonna fold it in. You can leave it open if you want. Just for my personal preference, I'm gonna tuck it in just a little bit. Like so. And now we're gonna hit it with an egg wash. And you could ever be so smart to just use the bowl. You literally just got done making the filling in. So you don't have to wash any extra dishes. We always love to save some time on washing dishes, of course. We're gonna take another egg. I'm just gonna crack it. I'm gonna give it a splash. You could do a splash of milk. You could do a splash of water. Whatever your heart desires for your egg wash. We're gonna use that fork we had earlier as well. Y'all can hear that. And because this is a kitchen, I do have this brush. Now, this brush came from Dollar Tree. It's a silicone brush. I used to use the barbecue brushes, but I don't know. I got tired of like the bristles and stuff. But yeah, so we're just gonna give it a nice little 1-2 over top. I would not say pour this egg into your quiches because it has water in it. So we don't want to do that. We just want to allow the puff pastry to get a little golden brown at the top, just for aesthetic purposes. And you know what, the nice little flaky crust never hurt nobody. It's so delicious. So yeah, but if you wanted to, you could pour the egg in before you add the water, but definitely do not pour this egg into these quiches. Please don't. Please do not. You will ruin all your nice hard work. So unfortunately, this little baby is going to get pushed off to the side. But luckily, we are making some pies later. So I'm just going to pour this in that clean jar that those artichokes came out of and save it for later, because we waste not one around here. Food costs too much. So yeah, So now this is going to go in the oven at really all you're cooking is the pastry, the cheese, and the eggs. We all know that the eggs cook at whatever temperature you put egg on. You just don't want to burn it. So we're going to start this off in the oven at 425 degrees. And then we're going to we're going to start at 5 minutes, and we're going to check every like 2 minutes just to make sure it's done. The reason being is because no matter how many times I've made this, the time is never the same. I don't know why I can't get it down packed. I don't know if it's the amount of filling. I don't know if it's the amount of spinach and all the things, but this is an easygoing, carefree recipe. It doesn't have to be set in stone. This is user friendly. So if you're one of those people who like, I can't bake. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just got to find, the recipe that's right for you. And so we're going back over there to the stove. While this is in, I'm going to go ahead and clean up with you all on the live. I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes. The dough says that it cooks within like 14 minutes. But again, we have egg in our stuff, so we don't want to overcook our egg, and we don't want to burn it and all the things. So low and slow wins the race in this category. So you never want to fault yourself for not checking enough, especially because it's egg and you don't want to ruin all that hard work, right? So while this is on, if you all have any questions, my timer's set for 5. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up so we can make the most of our time. Let me wash this jar out. If you have any questions, you could go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and take a look-see myself. Yes, Meatless Monday is a great idea. Great idea. I started doing Meatless Mondays like right before COVID. It was a option that my nutritionist actually suggested for me because I was doing keto, and keto is very heavy meat intensive, and so I wouldn't have too many keystones or create a in keto the whole point is to go into ketosis, but to not go too deep into ketosis. She would say break it up by eating fruit and all the things that you're not supposed to eat. So give yourself one day, and it worked out so well. Like super duper hungry. But yeah, it like lowers your blood pressure, it lowers your cholesterol, it increases your creativity, I would say, because most people think that the only thing they can eat and have a sustained like meal and be full is meat, and that's not the case. Like you can literally have a parfait, you can have yogurt, parfait yogurt, you can have oatmeal, you can have acai bowls, you can do omelets, you can do protein pancakes, you can do regular pancakes. I would say that's a time to like literally think about it, because man, possibilities are endless. And I feel like it's good practice for kids too. I mean, my son is 2, and he's not a heavy meat eater. And so I kind of got re-inspired by him, because I'm just like, if a toddler can survive and gain weight and do all the things and be active, I mean, think about I think that kids are like the most active people on the face of the planet. They can go non-stop and then they crash out by midday, but the point is that they were on go mode. And so he really doesn't eat meat like that. And so I'm like, wow, you know what? I need to get back on that, and I need to get back steady with it. So meal prepping, something like this ahead of time. You could do this on a Sunday, make you a couple for the week. Like I said, it's 6 different, quadrants in a muffin tin. You could do sausage. You could do chorizo and eggs. You could do bacon and eggs. You could do ham and eggs. Oh my gosh. You could do another variety of vegetables. You could do tomato. You could do a taco one. Oh my gosh, like it's quick and easy. So if you're one of those people that like, hey, I need to start eating breakfast in the morning, or at least having something to just handy to grab. We often look for like those Jimmy Dean quick breakfast sausages or whatever, you know, is in your area. But sometimes a little ingredients that you have at home already and just stretching them out can save you a ton of money, less of a headache, and it's probably much healthier for you because God only knows what is all inside of those pre-made breakfast sandwiches or restaurant sandwiches for that matter. So I know people can eat overnight oatmeal. Why can't you make a pre-made breakfast sandwich? Okay, give it a whirl. Let's see what it looks like. Not done at all. So if you all want to see, close your eyes, okay? Because I'm going to move the camera so you can see into the oven. I'll let you know when to open. Okay, open back up. So see, it's not ready at all, but it's getting there. So we're going to give it, I would say from this vantage point, close your eyes. I'm moving you. Okay, you can open back. I would say from this vantage point, I would give it another 5 minutes and keep on cleaning up. But yeah, so the possibilities are endless. You can make, like I said, you can make it sweet by adding some fruit. So you could do peach, you could do strawberries with cream cheese and Gruyere. Oh my God, Gruyere cheese and fruit is so delicious. And instead of adding Gouda on top, just add you some Gruyere and cook you some strawberries and some sugar. Maybe we'll do that one day. And some peaches. Oh my goodness, I'm getting hungry. Apples, like mini apple pies. That's a great idea for the holidays as well. You can make you some pumpkin pie filling. Look, get creative. I think some of the best recipes happen by people just getting in the kitchen and getting creative. And y'all, I do have a dishwasher, but sometimes it ain't even worth it. This little bitty amount of dishes, it would have cost more to run the dishwasher than it would to just wash the dishes. Because I can't acknowledge it. I have to keep dismissing it. I'm not sure if you all can hear that or not. How's everybody's like Monday starting off? Is it Mayhem Monday? Is it a cool chill? Just walked into work Monday. Is it a woohoo, the Bears won? So we're celebrating. Monday. I'm in the Midwest if any of you didn't know. So the Bears won yesterday against the Bengals, which is always exciting because our team is not one of those reliable teams that they seem to start off playing really well and then they don't. They don't play so hot towards the end. So if you are a person who has like any health issues or dietary restraints, or just you want to just eat better, or navigating the current climate that we're in and you need better ideas on what you should be eating versus what you eat, let me know. Comment, email me. I'm your girl. I'm literally a chef. I went to school for culinary arts, and I recently, just had a kid. So I am following my purpose, I would say. I used to have do this, have clients, so I meal prep for clients and all the things. I also am a food coach, so along with meal prepping for my clients, I try to give them as much education as possible, because sometimes not just doing it for a person is not just the only answer. Sometimes you have to kind of educate them on why you're doing what you're doing. So, I teach them how to grocery shop better. I teach them how to meal prep, why you add certain ingredients, and take away certain ingredients based on dietary restraints or just, lifestyle changes. So yeah. Let's see. We're at 28 seconds. Still not there yet. I'll pull it out so I won't have to move you guys. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. So it's not done. The egg in the middle is still runny. The cheese has melted, but it hasn't browned. So we're gonna give it another 5 minutes. We're just gonna hang out and chill. Oh, we're gonna put our egg wash in there though. Oh, I had some green onions. I could have put that in there. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. That's my CDM. Now let's get our fruit, because we are gonna do some berries. Thank you. I can't wait. I know they're delicious. It's like one of my fave things to have. Let's do blueberries. So my portion of fruit is supposed to be 1/4 of a cup, but I want 1/2 a cup, which I know I'll be paying for. So what I do for a serving of fruit is I try to eyeball it before. And yes, I'm one of those that measure my food. You have to. So I can do about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 6 blueberries and about 3 strawberries. Before it'll spike my sugar. So very small quantities. Very small quantities of fruit is the way for me to go. Otherwise, fruit acts as like candy for me. And it could go one or two ways, up or down. So what was this? Our third 5-minute timer. It's about to go off again. And I can smell it now. But we want to make sure our egg is cooked. Ooh, it smells so good. That cheese. I just don't want it to burn. Let's see where we at, y'all. Okay. Oh, we're almost there. I see the egg. So the egg is not quite done. See it? It's still running. Let's poke a hole. I'm so heavy-handed. Oh, there it is. Let's see. So, okay. Yeah, it smells really good, but I'm nervous because you can still see the egg and it's runny. So look, that's not done. Can you see that? It's definitely not done. And remember, this is why we got as much of that moisture out as possible, because otherwise it would be so wet. So that one's not done. This one is almost there. As long as you stay in the center, you won't break the, yeah, it's not done. So we're at 15 minutes. Low and slow. You don't want to burn up anything. So yeah. So I'm confident to say maybe another 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in, but I'm going to only do 10 minutes this time, and then I'll check it again at that like last 5 minutes. So I'm confident with 10 minutes, and we can just eat and chat. Yeah, but it smells really good. Which is why I'm like, I think it's the Gouda. And then the fact that I put peppers and eggs in there. I want it to wait. But yeah, like the plan is to let them completely cook, and then once they completely cook, you have to let them cool. So they have to cool before you can pop them in the freezer. You can either wrap them in wax paper if you think that they may stick, but they really shouldn't. So I would individually put them in Ziploc bags and pop them in the freezer. And then when you go to reheat them, all you would need to do is pop them in the microwave. I would start off with a minute and a half. If it's still not completely defrosted and warm, then you would add another minute. The reason why I try not to give people like concrete time is because people's microwaves have different wattages. You know, people have their own personal preference on if it's warm enough to them. I like my food extremely hot. Some people don't like their food extremely hot, you know. So in that area, it's kind of like to each his own. But you definitely want to make sure you fully cook that egg. Just because you're gonna freeze it, and you don't want to freeze a frozen egg. It's gonna be super watery when you go back to reheat it. And by squeezing out some of that excess moisture from like the spinach and the artichoke in the very beginning, you actually reduce that chance happening when you have to reheat them later on, because the pastry will actually, it'll be flaky. It will totally be flaky. If not, if you don't believe me, you can always pop it in the air fryer for a few minutes. But the plan is to like make something so you can take it with you. So I used to be one of the ones that would eat at my desk all the time, and so this was something that I would have with some fruit, and that would be my breakfast in the morning. This I used to make it with, like I say, bacon or ham. Ham and Gouda was one of my favorites. Um, I can't wait to try it the savory way. I never thought about it the savory way. But it's so crazy because, like, you're right. It smells really good, but it's not done yet. It's not done yet. I gotta find me some Gruyere so I can have Gruyere and the apple. That would be really good. Checking you all's comments. What it's gonna do. What do we do in the meantime, in between time? What did you all make yesterday for dinner? Did anybody cook? I was very proud of myself. I made beef stew. And I made it from scratch, which to me is an accomplishment even as a chef, because some people have those dishes that they just can't get right. And for me, it was always like beef stew and pot roast was just always one of those things. I can make some mean barbecue. I can bake a cake and make it in the shape of a football stadium. But pot roast and beef stew, because those slow process cooking things for me, I don't know. So I was very proud of myself. And I never add the seasoning. I'm going to show you guys just because we're kind of chatting now. Oh, and I got to show y'all something else too. So I never use this. This is like so gnarly to me. As a kid, I never understood this. I never understood it. And so I don't know what's in this, but it made the beef stew taste so amazing. So now I'm laughing because like my sister, she called me one day and asked me, it probably have a bunch of bad things in it. Oh yeah, it does. She called and asked me. She was like, "It has a lot of salt too." She was like, "Do you have some French onion soup mix?" And I said, "What is that?" And so I laughed at myself because I was in the store yesterday and I was like looking for beef broth, and this was in the aisle, and I never paid attention to it before. And so I was like, I'm gonna give it a try because I don't even know how much it was. I think it's like $2, which is even more insane. But I tried it, and I have to say it was really, really good. And they have some recipes on the back so you can use it with like onion roasted potatoes, classic onion dip, or burgers. Which I wouldn't be opposed to adding it to some burgers, but yeah, I was just like, what is onion soup mix? Like, when she asked me, I was thrown. I was like, what is this? But yeah, so you all are making some stews for the holiday, I would definitely say, or for the season. I would say give it a try. It was really good. Ooh, with grilled cheese sandwiches. Oh my goodness. That sounds amazing. Freezer homemade vegetable soup, beef soup. So you made it and then you froze some and then you defrosted it? Is that what you're saying? Freezer homemade vegetable beef soup? I love pre-frozen, like frozen dishes. I said that if we have any stew left by Wednesday, I'm gonna freeze it. I'll be freezing it, and I'm sure it's gonna taste even better coming out the freezer. Cause like what? Oh, and here's the other thing I want to show you guys. So give me just a sec. Ooh, I smell it. So y'all know my first love is baking. Like if you didn't know, I started in culinary as a pastry chef. So like I went to school with the intention of being a regular chef. Yes. Okay. So you make 2 gallons at a time. That's smart. Culinary school with the notion I was going to be a regular chef. So like everyday cooking, all the things. And as I was in school, I realized my passion, heart desire is definitely baking and pastry. So I was in Walmart the other day, and you know how they have like the end caps where they have like all of the festive holiday seasonings and things. McCormick, by the way. They have all these new finishing sugars, and I bought every single one of them because I was like, what? So this one is chocolate hazelnut, which, oh my gosh, like if you drink, like if you're doing like any holiday cocktails and you have like a espresso martini, oh my god, this would be so good around the rim. Some apple cider finishing sugars. If you have kids and they like to make like cocos and all the things, like my mind was, oh my gosh, orange spice. I'm pretty sure I could have made these, but you all, I was like so happy. Maple brown sugar on top of some oatmeal or a snickerdoodle cookie. What? Salted caramel. And the last two, this one isn't as like, this is candy cane, of course, candy cane. And then pumpkin spice, which I have to say, I was actually kind of mad because I was like, where are my sweet potato lovers? Like, I'm a sweet potato girly, and I couldn't find any sweet potato. So I made my own sweet potato like, how can I say? I made my own sweet potato coffee creamer. So good. So good. Yes, exactly. On some buttered toast, yes. I was thinking like some warm apples, just like baking some apples and just sprinkling it on top of like the apple spice one. Oh man, with some oatmeal or like some toasted oats, like granola but not granola. Oh my goodness. Heart was so happy. But let's check on our quiches. But yeah, so yeah, I was like, listen, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We in the, we in the. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. And look how much it doubled in size. So that tells you that the dough wasn't done either. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all can do this, trust me. Oh my goodness. And when you do it, I want to see some pictures. Make sure you come back and post in the community tab. Oh my goodness, that looks so good, y'all. Let's make sure it's done. Don't want to still be eating no raw egg. No, it's perfect. Oh my goodness. And look, it pops right out. Let me put you all down so you can see. I get a little overzealous sometimes. I'm sorry. Yes, homemade granola. Yep. Homemade granola seasoning. Okay, y'all gonna see. I'm vertically challenged, and I always forget to grab my little plate prior to filming. Let's see me. We don't want that, so let's turn off our oven. Okay. Try it off. Won't stop doing it. You almost can't hear it. Look at there. Look at it. It just pops right out. And let them cool. Look at that. Can y'all hear it? Hear how flaky it is? Let me get it back inside. It all came out. It's not stuck. You got you a little burnt cheese. I love a little burnt cheese. Never hurt nobody. It's so good. The dog is coming down. He can smell them. They smell so good. Let's eat one and try. Let's try. I'm gonna go with this one. See how flaky that is? Oh, it's so yummy. Look how hot that is. You wanna try it? Yeah, try it too. With some sriracha, some hot sauce. I like spicy, y'all. I don't care what it is. As long as it's not sweet, I would throw some hot sauce or anything on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and try it without it. It's so hot. Let's see. And it has all that artichoke and the spinach. It's like the perfect amount. Oh, hold on, wait. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Have about 2 of these, or one with some fruit. Oh my goodness. And I'm telling you, this was less than like $20. So we already had our spinach at home. We had our peppers at home. We bought a jar of artichokes, Gouda, and puff pastry dough. The puff pastry dough was like about $5.49. The artichokes was like $4, and the cheese actually was $2. And so yeah, and now you have like, you know, breakfast options for like the next 3 days if you eat 2, or 6 if you only eat 1, with some fruit. Great meatless option. Allow this to cool completely before freezing it. If you're like me and like you're not an egg person every day, so you tend to switch up what you're actually going to have in the morning, I would say let this completely cool, because even if you put it in the fridge, you still need to let it cool just so you can keep that flakiness of the dough. Like the puff pastry flakiness is like what sets everything off, and like I know you all can hear that. Yes, so definitely allow it to cool. When you are going to reheat them, put them in the microwave. Wrap them in a damp paper towel and put them in the microwave at a yes. Yes, yes. This is our household's favorite brand of choice is Louisiana. Absolutely love Louisiana. Love her down, love her down. Louisiana, if you want to sponsor me. I love, 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 love Louisiana. And then we have the olive oil too. And so yeah, but make sure you cool it, and when you are microwaving it, wrap it in a wet paper towel. A damp paper towel, just so that it can steam, and that steam will keep the crust nice and flaky. Start off with a minute and then go from there if you're using it for defrosting purposes. If you reheat this in the air fryer, I would say low and slow. So we bake these at 425. I would say reheat them in the air fryer no higher than about 375, because remember there's cheese in there, there's eggs, and the air fryer gets intensely hot extremely fast, and you don't want to overcook it, and you should be good to go. But that is all, y'all. This was fun. See, I was so nervous, if I could be transparent before I get off. I was so nervous about going live cooking because I move a lot, and so I want you all to see what I'm doing. And I guess if y'all like this, we can do this. Hi, Lydia. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It is good. You got to try it. You have to make some and try it and let me know what you think, okay? It's really, really good. It's a great meatless option on Mondays. Or if you're just like, you just don't eat meat and you're a vegetarian, this is a great option as well. So yeah, this may be our thing, because I like meatless Mondays. Like, this is literally my jam. Yes. Okay. So you like Texas Pete? Okay. Okay. Listen. Yeah. Hot sauce is one of those things that's a topic all on its own. I actually have some peppers that I grew in my garden. That I was gonna try to make some hot sauce with, but I did it too late in the season, so I don't have enough. But I was trying to like make some pepper sauce, like how my uncle does. But I digress. So yeah. But yes, guys, this was so much fun. Thank you all for hanging out with me on this Monday. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I will see y'all on Thursdays when we color. See you back here Thursday at like 12, maybe 11. We'll see. But yeah, this was fun. Thank you guys so much, and y'all have a blessed day. Be kind, and talk to you soon. Bye. Let's see how to. Right. Ooh, ooh.